Hello everyone and welcome back to Getting Sports Africa. My name is Brian and today we bring you the flops of the season so far. These are top professionals who play in the traditional top 6 clubs in England and they have dropped mediocre performances averagely throughout the season. So we have had players who have impressed so far. You can check out this video and now we bring you the flops of the season. So without further ado, let's get to it. In goal, we have Robert Lynch Sanchez. He has dropped a number of bad performances so far for Chelsea, and even his statistics show for it. He has played 16 Premier League matches this season. He has only 3 clean sheets, and in those 16 matches, they have won 5 and lost 7. And he has also had 1 error leading to goal during that time, and that's why he was even dropped for one and only Petrovic. You would argue that Chelsea's defense is equally that bad, but we will all agree that the reason why he was dropped for Petrovic is for poor performances that he dropped day in, day out. At the right back, we have one and only Moroccan, Sofiane Amrabat. When this dude came to the league, he lied to us that he can play all over, especially on the day after he was deployed on the left back, and he did well. And since then, we haven't seen him even play. He has even fallen back in the pecking order, and even the youngster Kobbie Mainoo has come in and has replaced him, and he's nowhere even to be seen. And rumors are it that he might not even make a permanent move to Manchester United. They would rather return him back to Fiorentina. At the left back, we have Marc Cucurella Saseta. How is this dude still playing for Chelsea? And almost every winger in the Premier League he has played against has cooked him. Maybe Chelsea fans can let us know what Cucurella brings to the team in the comment section. But we think that Cucurella has dropped below average performances and he doesn't even deserve to start for Chelsea because his defensive record is below average and his attacking record is equally as bad. And then at the centre back, we have Mickey van de Ven at the right centre back. I mean, is there anything else that Mickey van de Ven brings to Tottenham other than the pace? Actually, statistically, the number of clean sheets that Tottenham have kept in the absence of Mickey van de Ven are seemingly more than when he is involved. And even in other statistics like tackling, passing, recoveries, and everything, and etc., he doesn't even seem to be nowhere near any of the top 10 in those statistics. So Mickey van de Ven at the right centre back. At the LCB, one and only Benoit Badiashile, again another player coming from Chelsea. Benoit Badiashile has equally bad statistics as Mickey van de Ven. He hardly even starts for Chelsea, and you wonder why Chelsea went for him. And when he plays, he drops very average performances. And even the statistics show that Badiashile is one of the flops of the season. In the midfield, we have the CDM Calvin Phillips. I mean, Calvin Phillips complained about not being played by Pep at Manchester City, and he is in these flops of the season because whether he's on loan at West Ham or not, I know West Ham are not in the traditional Big Six side, but he's still a Manchester City player. And the few games that he played for West Ham so far, and the few that he played for Manchester City so far, he dropped below average performances, and even Pep had to call him a fat guy because of how he was taking care of himself when he was on the bench. And so we think at the CDM, he hasn't been able to impress. And actually, his poor performances are affecting England because they need a central defensive midfielder to take to the Euros, and he's doing poorly. And he's the only player who could have saved England in that position when going for the Euros. At the CM and CAM, we have 2 Fernandezes. Enzo Jeremias Fernandez and Bruno Miguel Borges Fernandes. Let's start with Enzo Fernandez. He hasn't lived to his 100 million price tag, and he has dropped almost below average performances every time. he has only had like 1 or 2 games for Chelsea, regardless of playing like all season. And his World Cup champions mates, like McAllister and the rest, are doing very well. And for him, he might be in the team that is not performing very well, but we think with his price tag, he should be making an impact to almost every other game. And that's why he is our CM. Now, let's talk about the other Fernandez, who is Bruno Miguel Borges Fernandes. Bruno hasn't turned up this season, and he's a player that we expect to be one of the best every other season. This season is the worst ever he has had at Manchester United, and that's why we're putting him in this team, because even as a captain, he doesn't inspire his team. He keeps whining. I think he has more whinings on the pitch than goals and assists this season. So we know he is a player who's capable of dropping very good performances, and we know he has created a lot of chances. But again, the overall play of the team has really gone down, and most likely it could be because of him. So in our team, he is the CAM of the flops of the season so far. On the left wing, there was a bone of contention, but we had to go with Stling. Stling has even been dropped now to bench this time, and he has been dropping way bad performances for Chelsea this season. Every time he gets the ball, most of the time, his decision-making is worst in the Premier League. His selfishness has cost Chelsea in most of the games, and even the last free kick he took had the crowd calling for his name, and that's why we think he is deservedly on our left wing. And we mentioned that it was a bone of contention because we thought Rashford was this close to getting into these flops of the season. On the right wing, Anthony has dropped mediocre performances for Manchester United this season. Regardless of him appearing a number of times in the Premier League, he only has 1 goal and 1 assist to his name. 100 million down the drain? We think so. And that's why he deserves to be in this team, because he's a one-footed player who can't even try to shoot with his right foot. And it shows how far Manchester United have fallen. He has even fallen back in the pecking order in terms of choices for Manchester United, because academy graduate Garnacho is benching him almost every other time. So at the right wing, Anthony Matthews Santos. At the striking position, this was the easiest decision to make because it is another Brazilian and he plays for a team which is contending for the title. I mean, how can you be playing for Arsenal, a team which has most goals in the league, yet you, as a striker, has only 4 goals? You are the main striker of a team that has scored all those goals, and you only have 4 goals. Let's not lie with the injuries. Gabriel Jesus has made a number of appearances for Arsenal, but every time he comes on, when he wants to score a goal, we have seen his move. He makes those fake shots like a number of times and fails to hit the target. And to back this, we have crafted a list of 64 Premier League players who have more goals than Gabriel Jesus. I begin. Number 1, Haaland. Number 2, Watkins. Number 3, Salah. Number 4, Cole Palmer. Number 5, Solanke. Number 6, Son. Number 7, Bowen. Number 8, Isak. Number 9, Foden. Number 10, Saka. I've run out of
fingers.
I'll use my toes. Number 11, Nunes. Number 12, Chris Wood. Number 13, Richarlison. Number 14, Huang. Number 15, Cunha. Number 16, Gordon. Number 17, Douglas Luiz. Number 18, Jackson. Number 19, Jota. Number 20, Adebayo. I've run out of my toes, but I'll carry on. Alvarez, Leon Bailey, Morris, Havertz, Joao Pedro, Muniz, Odegaard, Rodri, Diaz, Kudus, Garnacho, Mbuemo, Hoyland, Rashford, Semenyo, McTominay, Trossard, Callum Wilson, Visa, Declan Rice, Martinelli, Mateta, Bernardo Silva, Sterling, Awoniyi, Gakpo, Kulusevski, Mupei, Magin, Olise, Dokure, Eze, Adingra, Suschek, Edward, Ivan Ferguson, Diaby, Elanga, Brennan Johnson, Ward-Prowse, Bruno Fernandes, McBurney, Nketiah, Iwobi, Jimenez, Kluivert, and Lauren James. The captain of this mediocre clubs is the whiner, Bruno Fernandes, and the manager is Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag is deservedly so because this was his second season. He finished third in the last. He's currently 6th. There is no signs of improvement. He would claim that his team has a lot of injuries, but we think his team is playing as poorly as a League 2 side or even a Sunday League football. When he came to the league, he lied to us that eras come to an end, and apparently his era could come to an end before the people he mentioned that their eras could come to an end. Well, we leave it to you in the comment section to let us know the flops of the season, who we have left from this team. So remember to follow us on all our socials, and as usual, you have been chilling out with Brian Werimo from Get In Sports, and see you in the next one.